do love that countdown music, and I love all of you. Happy Thursday. It is Ask Me Anything night. So be thinking of those questions and we'll ask you to put them into chat. I have some all-stars backstage that are going to come on and not be on the hot seat, but be available to answer questions. So excited to have all of you here. Thank you so much. Thank you, moderators. You're amazing. You are the grease that keeps this engine running. Thank you so much for your generosity of time and friendship. Appreciate you. Thank you so much to all my friends that are joining us live. And if you happen to be watching this on replay, please leave a comment down below, #replay, so I can tell you that you're amazing. And I see so many friends live. So excited. So be thinking of those questions. Burning questions you've always wanted to know. You can ask us anything. It can be general questions like what's our favorite color, or you can ask Disney questions. We have Disney experts backstage, Disneyland, Disney World. I'm a former Disney cast member, so ask us Disney questions, or they can just be life questions. If you've always wanted to know something, please feel free. It's the night to ask those burning questions. So let's say hi to all of our fantastic friends in chat. Happy to see all of you. Byron Chandler, thank you for being here, and such a great community supporter of so many. Appreciate you. Wait, what is happening? My favorite leg man is here. Dean the Turkey Legster. Please check him out on Instagram. His posts are hilarious and they will just make your day. So, and oh, girlfriend, I'm so excited that it's spring break and you get to stay up late with us on a Thursday night. My beautiful friend, April Bullis, thank you so much for being here. Paul, you are in my heart. You are in my thoughts. You are in my prayers. We love you. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you, my dear friend. And yay, watching, always watching. Tina, DCS, she's going to be joining us. So be thinking of those burning questions that we want to ask Tina. So super excited. Oh my gosh, I love it when there's so many of you here joining me. Oh, you make my heart so happy. Jonathan Chong is in the house. Fantastic moderator, fantastic friend, our favorite Canadian real life person. I think I'm putting you above Duke Kaboom now, Jonathan. Real live man. We love him. Thanks so much. Crazy Mike's Fun Channel. Our favorite wild and crazy guy. You never know what he's going to say. So I have no idea what you're talking about. I missed something, but thank you so much for being here, Mike. He's a master boat builder, and he sent me a boat. So thank you so much, Crazy Mike. Appreciate you. If I didn't say hi, please say hi again. Oh my goodness. Woo! Chris Dad Builds is here. What you building, Daddy? Thank you so much. So happy to see you. Thanks for being here. My favorite ginger man. Thank you. And we have Addie Family Adventures. Chris, please check out his channel. Tuesdays Trivia. He does updates, Disney, all the updates. His daughter's a cast member. He also researches like crazy the internet. Had a fantastic stream earlier this evening. Please go check out my good friend, Addie Family Adventures. I'm so happy. Did I just see this name? Is this name here? The beautiful Emily Rose. Thank you so much. Mwah! So happy to see you. We have Kevin Theme Park Adventures. We love Kevin. We love Theme Park Adventures. Put them together. It's just magic. So thank you so much for being here. Kevin, oh my gosh, so many great friends. Beyond Disability Texas. She's backstage. So think of your burning questions for Beyond Disability Texas. That's a lot to say in my hyper mode. I am so happy. I missed you guys. I miss you guys. I miss you. So thank you for being here. Yay. Did I miss anybody? I think I did. Rockin' Robin, tweet. Rockin' Robin, tweet. So happy to see you, Robin. Thank you so much for being here, girlfriend. Okay. I think I said hi to everyone. So Please say hi again if I missed you. I think I saw Mandy earlier. Mandy Adams, Brian's West Coast Disney Adventures was in earlier. Let's start bringing on our friends and everybody in chat. I want you to think of questions, okay? So first, I'm going to bring on Roz herself, always watching my good friend Tina. Yay! Hey, beautiful. What's up?
I'm watching. Always watching, Wazowski.
I'm always late on my paperwork, so sorry.
I just want to make a point of telling you we've missed you too, Kelly.
Oh, I love you. Thank you so much. So thank you.
Hearts in the chat for Kelly that we've missed her.
Thank you. Thank you. That is
And
so
on that
sweet.
note, I'll be right back because I got to let a dog out.
Okay. All right. She'll be back. I understand. I'm always having to go walk a chihuahua. Does that sound right? I don't know. Let's see what sounds right. Chris, Addie Family Adventures. How you doing, Chris?
Hello. I'm doing good.
Loved your update stream. Marge's facial expressions are just pure gold.
Yeah.
Pure absolute gold. Love her. So happy to have you here. Are you ready to be asked all the burning questions?
They're burning?
I don't know if we'll have any hot questions or what we're going to have. But chat, please think of questions. I had a few sent in to me, so we'll probably ask those first. Let's bring in my good friend, my sister from another mister. I'm pretty sure we were separated at birth. My good friend, Melissa.
Hi. Better known as Emma's mom.
Emma's mom from Talking Mickey Project.
Yes.
So happy to have you here. How are you doing?
Doing great.
Are you
Counting
getting
down
ready?
our days to our trip.
Yes. Big Disneyland birthday trip for Emma. Are you so happy? And it's your anniversary too. So there's all kinds of celebrating going to be going on. Super excited for you. You're going to the happiest place on earth. Yay! And Katie Mack actually sent in a question about Disneyland. So chat, let's do this. I'm going to start with Chris. And I'm going to do something out of the box because I'm ADD and, this is how I usually do things. I'm going to give chat 60 seconds to put in questions for the amazing Chris. And then maybe Melissa and I'll answer them too. And hi, my favorite singing lumberjack is here, Paul Eichenlob. Hello. Welcome. I'm just imagining him in like a flannel shirt right now.
Just a flannel shirt?
You bearing it.
Well, maybe. All right. There we go.
I made Kelly blush.
All right. So thank you so much for being here, Paul. So on your marks, get set, go, chat, ask some questions. It can be easy things like what's his favorite color, or why does he love me so much, or what is his favorite thing about being a Hoosier, or how did we meet, or anything. So let's get some questions in there. I have a couple really burning questions. And then I'm going to give you about 60 seconds, and then we're gonna ask Chris all these burning questions. Oh, the electric Mima, while everybody's putting in their questions. Hi, Heather. So happy to see you. Thank you for popping in. Okay. So keep putting in questions. Paul, I want to see a question. Jonathan, let's put in some questions. Brian, Mike, I know you've got a question that'll make us all awkward. So, and Robin, we probably should be scared, very scared. So yeah.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So, okay, Jonathan, I'm going to start with, am I starting with Jonathan? Oh, okay. Here we go. Starting with Brian. Chris, what Disneyland attraction would you like to see at Magic Kingdom and vice versa?
Mr. Toad.
That's an easy one, right? You know what? We're all going to answer it. Oh, and here's Tina, because these questions are too good. I can't just have you answer them. Melissa, what Disneyland attraction would you like to see come
Hang
to
on.
Disney World?
Honestly, I would like to see Disneyland's Space Mountain in Magic Kingdom. It's a much smoother ride. And I like being able to ride side by side with Emma instead of front to back.
Yeah, the ride vehicles are different. Now,
Yes.
Taylor, who's our coaster fanatic, she loves Walt Disney World's better. My eyes are closed the entire time on both, so I have no idea. But she swears it's better, but maybe it's because it's more jerky. Is that what you're saying?
It's very jerky. I can't ride the one in Magic Kingdom anymore. It bothers my back.
Wouldn't it be the one in Magic Kingdom the way it is be more like Matterhorn?
Yes.
Oh,
Now, I've never
not
ridden the
even.
Matterhorn.
No, I'm not talking about the ride. I'm talking about the way that
The cars
Oh,
are,
okay.
yeah.
The old Matterhorn.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Exactly. I was thinking you haven't been jerked around except by maybe a couple of my high school boyfriends, other than the Matterhorn. Like that thing is crazy. So anyway.
Well, then maybe I'm second guessing my ride pick on DAS for Emma.
No, go right. Go right. So
Go right,
anybody
okay.
going to Disneyland, you have to ride the Matterhorn. Left is going to be insane. Insane. You are going to get knocked around. The new ride vehicles are much better, I do have to say. But the left side is insanely more intense than the right side.
Okay, so go right. Gotcha.
Go right. Just
Thank you.
go right. Absolutely. Great question, Brian. Great question. And Tina left. I'm going to say so many things. I will say our first time to Magic Kingdom since I was a child and I took my kids in 2018, we probably spent an hour and a half looking for Alice in Wonderland. I absolutely love Alice in Wonderland, but Matterhorn's always a good choice. I mean, there's just so much. But Roger Toontown, bring back Toontown. So there's so much I'd like to see. Jonathan Chong says, describe your best Disney day at Disney in 60 seconds. Is this a made up one, Jonathan? Like we're making up our best Disney day? Or are we saying the best day we ever had? Let me know. And thank you. Everybody's putting in such great questions. Thank you. And anybody, so right. Yes, Rock and Robin. Okay. So Chris, you go first because I like to go clockwise.
So are we going, what would be our best Disney day or what has been our best?
What do you think? Did Jonathan answer me?
I mean, we've had a lot of magic.
Well, made up one.
So we've
He
had
says
a lot
I've made up one.
So to make one up, to be able to walk onto every single ride without the line, that would be great. But I still want to go through the queue.
You know, it's funny that you say that because a lot of times I've gone obviously to Disney with my daughter Taylor, who's handicapped.
Right.
And so a lot of the queues you miss, especially at Disneyland, because you go in the exit in a lot of rides.
Have you heard rides are now making the queues accessible?
Mhm.
And they're starting it over in Efteling. One of the new places they're opening. The queue is going to be accessible for wheelchair. So,
which is really nice. But the queues are really solid, you know, especially I think at Walt Disney World, they really do the queues pretty awesome.
Yeah.
A lot of times better than the ride, let's be honest. Okay, anyways. No, your best Disney day, honestly, I was a Disney cast member, and sorry if I'm talking too much, but honestly, VP and I were going to the parks so much. And anybody that went to the parks like after the closures and then at the reopening, I felt like Michael Jackson. We were going around riding whatever we wanted numerous times. You could go on Flight of Passage, get off, and the cast member would say, well, here, cut through. You want to ride it again? not even make you go down and back up.
Wow.
Just there was this like cut through. And I kept telling VP, this is the most magical time ever. Because you would go down Main Street, there's nobody but me and VP. You know, it was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. So yes, when you can ride every ride, yes. Okay, how about you, Melissa? What's your best Disney day?
I think tacking on to what Chris said, you know, being able to go through all the queues and not have anybody else in your, you know, just get right on the rides, and also meet all the characters.
Yeah.
And not have to wait in line and to spend more than 2 seconds with a character. Because I like to interact with the characters. That would be my best Disney day.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Can I tack on one more thing to it?
Yeah, of course.
Also getting the time just to be able to experience the stuff you don't usually have time to see.
Yeah.
So I think one of the things, we spent 9 days there, and one of the things we got to do is actually sit and watch the Citizens of Hollywood. And that was just, you know, sometimes you never got that chance to do that. You always had to be rushing if you were trying to ride every ride.
Hi, AKA Molly. Yes, there's so much environment. Now, there's not as much as there used to be, whatever. But there is so much environment going on that it is so nice to be able to take that in. I agree. So fun. Okay, Tina, what's your best Disney day?
You know what? I really like that idea, but I want to be able to take like 45 of my best friends kind of thing. You know, I don't want to do this alone. I want to have like hi Taylor. I want to have everybody, you know, go with us, you know, and see all the shows and chat with all the characters. I'm not one to actually chat with characters, but I love to have watch other people do it, and all the rides. And I agree. I want to see all the queues too. A lot of times the queues are the best fun. The queues are what makes the attraction. And I'm sorry that I'm so distracted. I got the dogs in their crates by giving them treats, and I have one that's having a real hard time with this treat, and I'm like, you know, there for a while I was afraid he was choking. I'm like, really? Now, really, Danny, really?
Excuse me while I perform dog CPR really quick.
Exactly. The Heimlich maneuver on my dog, you know.
Oh my goodness. I know what you're saying about the queue. Like the queue for Peter Pan, I think, is just the funnest. So sweet with the magic that happens, and it's honestly
the best. And the thing is when you're in it and you're standing there, you can, yes, it's to pass the time, but you want to stop and look at this stuff, but there's somebody behind you. And if you're waiting for an hour for that ride, you don't want to have to, you know, have somebody go by you because you're, you know, playing with the bells.
Right.
So, you know, so I want, you know, everybody to be able to, you know, spend as much time in the queues as they want and not feel like you have to stop and not feel like you have to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I always have to go.
So like Cosmic Rewind, Guardian of the Galaxy's Cosmic Rewind, I did reaction video to that. And that queue, it tells the story leading all the way up to the ride. You know, they're like having like news things where they're interviewing different Guardians of the Galaxy and everything like that. And it's just, how could you skip that? You know?
Exactly.
I love it. Okay, so favorite 80s band or song April Bullis needs to know. Chris, let's start with you. I'm sure it's going to be some horrible hard rock music.
We can only pick one.
There's no rules here. A spouse.
All right, I'm picking two bands, Van Halen and the Cars.
Nice. Very good choices. What's your favorite Van Halen song?
Van Halen, it'd be Jump.
Jump. Yes, I love it. I love it.
I know.
How about you, Melissa? Favorite 80s band or song?
Favorite 80s band is going to be Duran Duran. Favorite 80s song? Typical 80s song would be like The Reflex from Duran Duran. But my all-time
Nice.
favorite song came out in 1981, and it's off of John Lennon's Double Fantasy, and it's Woman. So that's really
Oh.
not a 80s as we're thinking of 80s song, but that's my favorite song of all time.
I love it. I love it. Wow. Okay. How about you, Tina? Favorite 80s? And that's really hard because, I mean, let's be honest, all the
can I go
best music came from the
60s
80s.
or 70s?
Go to 70s. It's fine.
Well, how about I don't even know for sure. Kansas, and my favorite song was Dust in the Wind.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I know that seems, odd, but I love the tune to that. And it's just it's a very thought-provoking song. So
yeah, late 70s. We'll consider that early 80s.
Yeah.
Okay,
for sure.
thanks.
I love
really
it. I
funny
love
is
it.
Melissa said
yeah,
Duran Duran, and Heaven went to school with a boy whose first name was Duran.
Oh my
Really?
gosh.
Oh, I'll bet you we know who he was named after.
Yeah.
What was playing on the car when they were in the back seat?
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's better than naming him Chevy.
That's right.
I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm trying to keep
Kelly,
up
what's
with
your
the
favorite 80s band?
you know what? All of them. All of them. I love now in the 80s, my favorite artist was Prince. I was obsessed with Prince.
Yeah.
Absolutely 100%, wore purple. I had a kid at my school that had a purple Cadillac, like the long Cadillac.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And he did his hair like Prince and, used to dance
The
like
Jerry
him in
curl.
the amphitheater. Yes. And it was just like Victor Perez, if you're listening, I will never forget you.
Like
But no,
Chris,
he was like the coolest kid in school. Are you kidding me? Pulling up in a purple, like super long Cadillac, just like Prince. It was crazy.
Nice. Yeah.
Yes.
That's
And thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep up with the questions, so I'll catch up with chat in here in a sec. Emily Rose is asking your favorite 80s movie. That one's a really hard one. The
Oh my
80s is just
gosh.
great for movies, great for music. I tell my kids all the time, the best music, 80s. Best movies, 80s. Best fashion, 80s. So what's your go-to 80s movie, Chris?
Mine is not even a hit, and probably most people have never even really seen it. It's called Better Off Dead.
I've heard of it.
Oh, yeah, with the boombox.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Is that John Cusack?
John Cusack,
John
yes.
Cusack. Yes.
Where he's trying to kill himself because his girlfriend's breaking up with
And
him.
it's got the kid on the newspaper, the paper boy.
The paper
who's
boy,
wanting his
yes.
$2. Give
Yes.
me my $2. My $2.
And then the mailman. I love the mailman's got the Walkman on and he's dropping the letters as he's walking. And then he asks if he can go out with her. The mailman asks him if he can go out with his ex-girlfriend.
Oh my God. Great movie. Great movie. How about you, Melissa?
I'm gonna go back to the 80s is the John Hughes era.
Yeah, yes.
I'm gonna have to say 16 Candles. 16 Candles with Molly Ringwald. I just love that movie.
Yeah.
I love that movie too. There's
I love
so
how
many
the quirky
great
girl gets the hunk. I love that.
I confuse, to be honest, 16 Candles and Pretty in Pink all the time. Like I sort of have meshed them in my mind. So I'm like, wait, was that one the one with Ducky? Or was that, yeah. So, but both so good.
Mhm.
That's the got Jake with the car across the street, right? At the
16
end?
Candles, yes.
Yeah, right. Okay. Okay, I'm catching up with chat. So if I missed your question, just please put it in again.
Hello, Anthony.
Oh my goodness. I just want to say hi to Katie. Please go check out her channel. She is doing the funnest shorts with her daughter. Lots of unboxings. We love Katie. Katie Mac. Mac, all dressed in a spirit jersey on her back. We love her. So go check her out. Yes. If you have not seen Toontown and that picnic bucket, and there's even a blanket, and you get snacks in it, and now they have all these like faux grass areas where you can take a little picnic like Mickey and Minnie when they're on the Runaway Railway. I mean, are you kidding me right now? Need. So
Have you seen, Kevin showed me a photo of the picnic area, and it's covered in strollers. So there's no place really for adults to sit because it's covered in strollers.
I will be kicking some strollers out of the way, laying myself
And
on
there's
that
really no place
blanket.
else to put them because you can't block the path.
Right.
Well, we'll get to
'Cause
see
they've
firsthand
redone
in a
it.
couple of weeks.
I am so excited. I watched Magic Journeys. They went the opening day of Toontown, and I'm like, oh my, that fold over pizza at Daisy's looks so good. But no, I need me that picnic basket for sure. So yeah. Oh, Molly. Okay, I'm catching up. And if I skipped any questions, please ask them again. Were we on a question? Did I get lost? 80s movies. Tina.
I only remember seeing 3 movies outside of Disney, and that was Rob Roy, which was a very, very good movie if you like the type. Titanic, and I can't remember the movie that Chuck and I went on our first date on. I liked the movie well enough, but it was definitely a chick flick. And I was, to this day, being married almost 36 years, I'm still stunned that he actually watched the whole thing, because it's probably the only chick flick he ever watched.
What movie was it? I'm so sorry.
It was like with John Cusack and the one where they and what was her name? Where they kind of get stuck together, and then she loses her book that has all their money in it or something like that. And I don't
Oh my
remember
gosh,
the
now I'm
name
going to
of it.
be looking up John Cusack
This
movies.
must be the only
Yeah.
John Cusack movie I've never seen.
I love him. I absolutely love him. Because, he was kind of a dork in the 16 Candles.
Yeah.
He's one of the geeks, which the geeks are the coolest. But he's one of the
Yeah.
geeks. And then he ends up being like, the hot guy in later movies. So
Kind of like Patrick Dempsey.
Well,
yes,
he was pretty
absolutely.
hot, so I can sort of understand why he ended up being the hot guy.
I love John Hughes. I'm so glad you mentioned. I mean, every John Hughes movie, from Home Alone, but all of the like Brat Pack movies, so good. I have a real affection for oh gosh, why is Breakfast Club? I was about to say brunch.
Yes, Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club. I love. Emilio Estevez, that dancing scene. Oh, I just love him. Love him.
Yeah. Isn't it funny how none of us are saying Saturday Night Fever?
Well, that's the 70s.
I
was too young to watch that.
I was too. I remember
Well,
my brother.
I'm older than you are, so I
went and saw it quite a few times. Welcome, Anthony the Muller Man, who does.
What I do like is
wonderful
Look Who's
things with his
Talking,
mouth.
though. The Look Who's Talking was a great movie. that
Oh,
was fun.
Look Who's Talking. So
Yeah.
fun. So many great 80s
Baby's
movies.
Day
A lot of
Out, that
great-
was another one, but I don't
Baby's
remember when
Day
any of these
Out.
movies came out, so I don't,
Babe and Roger Rabbit. I mean,
Yeah.
come on now. But Baby's Day Out is one of the cutest movies ever. It's just
It
so
is.
stinking. It's kind of Home Alone-ish, but a baby.
Yes.
But super cute and funny. Okay, I'm going to scroll down and catch up with everybody. So if I missed your question, please put. Kim had a good one. Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones, you
Yep.
know, so good, so good. I love it. I love it. Oh,
You
God.
had the 2 Star Wars sequels.
Yeah.
I mean, the 80s was just so good. And I love like Goonies. Absolutely love Goonies, Gremlins, all that.
The
All
Back to
that.
the Future movies.
Yeah.
Back to the Future. Yes, yes, and yes. Yes, Kim on it. So, yes, so good. So good. I know I missed some questions, so please post them again. But yeah, 80s movies are just fire. Just pure fire. Raiders of the Lost Ark, if she said that. E.T., Katie Mack, really good one. And Smokey and the Bandit. I just recently watched.
Was
That
it?
Were
would've-
there
Oh,
two?
2. The
It would have
first
been
one
two
was in
in
the
the 80s.
70s.
Yeah.
I watched both of them. I love Sally Field. Like, I'm in love with her. Love those movies. So great. And then there was what's the one where they're like semi trucks and they're like Convoy.
Convoy.
Remember this? Was that the name of the movie?
Yeah. Yep.
Watch that too.
Had the
Hi, Chuck.
song that went with it too.
Emily Rose, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Yes.
So somebody mentioned
Yes.
Smokey and the
Hi,
Bandit.
Ninja.
Right.
Welcome.
Somebody mentioned Smokey and the Bandit, and they said two. What most people don't know is Smokey and the Bandit and the first Star Wars came out on the same day, and they were afraid Star Wars would not outperform Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Oh, April's coming in strong
Outsiders.
with Outsiders.
The Outsiders, yes.
Really good. And there was a lot of good chick flicks. I mean, I think these were in the 80s, like Fried Green Tomatoes and Steel Magnolias. And weren't those in the 80s or were they 90s? I don't know. But they were really good.
I
So
think
good.
Steel Magnolias
Magnolias
might have been
at
early
late
90s.
80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
We have some friends backstage. Let's bring them on while we wait for more questions. Sweet Debbie! Thank you so much
Debbie.
for joining. So excited.
Hello.
And then we also have
Hey.
Brian.
Hi,
Brian's with us
Brian.
in the
We saw
adventure.
Brian last
I
night.
love that Mama Debbie. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes,
Mama Debbie.
Rock and Robin, Goonies, love Goonies.
I have a question for everybody on screen right now.
Okay.
I have a question. This is a kind of a hypothetical. If now I have a friend who's a family member hit the Powerball.
What did you
And
say?
If you won,
Yeah, your mic's kind of in and out, Brian.
I've got a friend who. Oh, my apologies. Then here, hold on. Let me turn my mic down.
And then
Is that
Byron, I'm gonna ask that question because I love this question. This is a really good one.
Okay, my question for you is: if you won $350 million tax free, what would be the first thing you would blow it on?
I'm not one for blowing money. I'd pay off my bills. Probably give some to friends and donate some. Donate a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of good causes that I donate to. I'm not one for blowing money. If anything, it would be blowing money to, by giving it to friends and to charities. That just pay my bills,
Yep.
just pay off everything.
Yeah, pay off my mortgage,
Yep.
help out friends, yeah. And then maybe save a little bit for Disney trips.
And
Oh,
Chad,
yeah,
let
of
us know, what would you do with this $350 million? Yeah, I
See,
mean,
that's the thing.
that
I'd
is so
probably
much
put
money.
most of it in the bank and have it, earn interest, and then I just do whatever I wanted to with the interest.
Absolutely. I mean, there's so much good you could do with that. And please go clockwise, but I would definitely, donate to the Catholic Church. I would pay my bills would be so silly if for $350 million. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, in your
But
case,
yes, I
in
would
your
pay off
case,
my
you could
bills.
buy a house, Kelly. I mean, you know, there
Yes,
you go.
yes, but
You
I
could
it's
buy
always been
two.
my dream. I don't know if it's my children's dream, but to like buy every house on a cul-de-sac, and then we could all have our own little houses and be next to
There
like
you go.
Disney and there you go, and the beach and stuff like that. But definitely help my family, my brother, my cousins, my friends. There's so much good you could do and really change somebody's life. With that
Kevin
much
always
money.
says we're up. He's retiring and we're moving to Golden Oak.
There
There
you
you
go.
go. And Club 33 for all.
Club 33 but like
There you
you and
go.
Tina
There
both
you
said,
go.
Pay off the debts, help family, help friends, donate to our favorite charities. And one of the things I would love to do, we just never had a chance to do it. Make sure Emma's set up. Well, she would be set up for life. But help those with adoptions.
Oh, nice.
Help like Wendy's, Dave Thomas and the Wendy's Adoption Foundation. I would like to help where because private adoptions are expensive, and they shouldn't be. It should
Exactly.
Agreed.
Exactly.
We need to have the concept of adoption be a lot more acceptable than it is now.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into a discussion on that, but
and then the adoption of special needs children.
Yeah.
What do you mean by acceptable?
It seems like, well, like I said, I didn't want to get into the conversation, but
to choose life.
Like people say, why would you put a baby up for adoption? Why would you put a child up for adoption? Just get rid of it.
I didn't take it that way. I thought you meant as in that it's not acceptable for most families to adopt. That's what I thought you were saying.
No, she just means it needs to be like a very supported idea.
Well, yeah, because if it wasn't for adoption, I wouldn't be here.
Even not even talking about the cost. Adopting a child, well, when we were looking into it, which was probably 30 years ago now, it was like 15 years. 15 years to adopt a child.
Yeah, I was adopted, and then my sister, we adopted her when I was 10 years old from South Korea.
Oh,
and
wow.
My mom had to write all 92 counties in Indiana asking for permission to adopt her.
Really?
And that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's absolutely crazy. But Chuck's cousin actually adopted a child from South Korea. They lived in Massachusetts, and I don't think they had to do that. But still, they went all the way to South Korea to adopt a child because they couldn't adopt a child here.
Right.
Well,
and then
it should be a lot easier to adopt in the United States. And unfortunately, it's not. And that's just, it's a crime,
Well, I think that was a great idea that you had. Ninja is asking, out of all the Disneyland rides and Walt Disney World rides, what's your favorite? Let's go around.
Oh my God.
I can answer that for Kelly. Kelly's favorite is Pirates of the Caribbean, hands down.
Absolutely. Pirates of the Caribbean at Disneyland. 100%. I could ride it all day and night. I love it.
But what's
Chris,
yours,
how about
Brian? Chris.
Okay. Okay, my favorite ride is Disneyland. Hands down, Rise of the Resistance. That is an experience. You have to do that. Over at Disney World, however, I would have to say, their version of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Why their version? It's the same ride.
Because it was the first one I went on. Granted, I've already been on the one at Disneyland. It's amazing.
I will fight you.
It's the same ride, but the queue is different, though, right?
That's yeah.
Yeah.
I like the queue for ours much better, though.
I mean, if you're going to choose something at Disney World, I think something you'd want to pick, I don't know. I'm not telling everybody what pick what you want, but something unique.
Everest at Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, something uniquely Disney World. I think
you know,
Animal Kingdom Park, amazing.
Yeah, that's that's our
Expedition
favorite part,
Everest.
but it's the one that's got the least amount of rides.
It's
Expedition
just so
Everest. I
fun.
loved that ride.
Yeah.
Jennifer, not so much. She had this
It's
look.
when you start going backwards, it's like, why did I get on this ride?
Oh, come on.
Emma screams a
Go
full
backwards in a car all the time. What's what?
I think it would be better if they could get the Yeti fixed.
Yes.
I
I
agree.
agree.
I
Hands
agree.
down.
And people keep saying, "Oh, they're going to fix the," when it's down for refurb.
I
Oh, they're going to fix
heard
the Yeti. Oh, they're going to no. They have to
think of it this way,
dismantle that
though.
entire
Think-
mountain
yeah.
in order to fix
Think of it
that
this
Yeti.
way,
They're
though.
not gonna fix
Now,
it.
with the way Expedition Everest is now, it's great for T-shirt sales for Disco Yeti shirts.
yeah.
Well, yeah, okay, I guess. I just think
Okay.
it's a fun ride, but yeah, it would be better if they could fix the Yeti.
Debbie, do you have a favorite ride?
Well, I haven't been to the parks in like almost 20 years or over 20 years, but ones I remember going on was as a little kid is Small World.
Oh, so
It's a
fun.
small world. But watching the live streams, I never did the People Mover. I want to do the People Mover. I never been to Animal Kingdom, so I want to do watching Jeff on those jungle cruise, whatever that is. I want
Yes.
to do that. So I'm hoping this year I may go to Disney World.
Yay.
But I'm hoping.
Thank you, Jonathan.
I want
yes.
to. I want you to see. I want you to see that so much, Debbie. I it's so sad when somebody that hasn't been to Disney World that loves Disney as much as you do. Somebody else in the community too, hasn't been to Disney in so long, and yet they love it. It's just so sad to me.
Yeah, well, my friend Paul is going to try to see if he could get reservations and get, so I'm hoping, but he knows my love for it, but we'll see what happens. If not this year, definitely next year.
I love it. Yes, it's got to happen. Okay, so thank you so much, Nindu. That was
Jungle
a
Cruise.
great question. If anybody has any other that you'd like to say your favorite ride,
Mine's the Jungle Cruise. It always has been.
it's so much fun.
Well, and the thing about it is it's different every time you go on it because you get a different skipper and stuff like that. But if you want me to pick one that's just Disney World, then I have to go with Flight of Passage.
So many people love that ride.
We still haven't been on it.
Hey.
My favorite is.
I take it you don't like it, Kelly?
No, I mean, I get like. I mean, it's for me. It's a one and done. Like, wow, that was really cool. But
Yeah, I
sort
think
of
that's
get
with my husband too.
nauseated.
He was like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
like
okay."
okay, that was neat, but okay, I've done it. Let me go do something else.
That ride upsets me. I wasn't able to go on it.
I'm
I-
sorry,
I
brother.
I can't do the big roller coaster rides. I can't do those. I feel too uncomfortable. I always feel like I'm going to fall out because I'm so small. I feel
Well,
like
you're so tiny. You would
I'm
fly
going
out.
to fall out, and that feeling is so uncomfortable to me that it sort of,
Yeah. No,
I
I
understand.
don't get that.
I understand. To me, that's part of the thrill, but I understand.
Oh yeah.
I'm a
held
lot
on to
bigger than you
Taylor.
are. I don't think I'd fall out.
A few times on rides,
Why-
hoping he doesn't fly out.
I remember back in the day, now you've got these where you got to put a seatbelt on and have everything. I remember back in the day, you had a bar that folded down in front of you, and you hung on for dear life.
Right, that's what I remember. Yeah.
No, really, this
Well,
is
yeah.
absolutely the truth. On Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, Taylor is only 4'11". She weighs all of not even 100 pounds, right? She's so tiny, but this is when she was little. So she was like so tiny. And we were on Big Thunder and there was only the bar.
Sure.
Yeah.
There weren't even sides
Right.
on the little cart things you're in.
Right.
And literally she went flying out. I grabbed her hair's flying out. I'm just like, just crunching her into me. And when I got off, I told them, she almost flew out the, ride. somebody's going to get hurt. I do have to say, about a week later, somebody did get seriously hurt on that ride, and an adult flew out. But Indiana Jones used to be the same way. It was a bench seat with just a pull down. Dylan went flying out. I was in the seat behind him. His dad was enjoying the ride so much he didn't notice that 4-year-old Dylan was flying out. So I went over the seat and was like holding on to Dylan. He didn't like Indiana Jones for the longest time, but now they're all like, you're secure in and whatever. But
well, that's the thing with Tower of Terror. Tower of Terror, they didn't, no seatbelts, no, they just had a bar, and that
Right.
middle seat that doesn't have the seat in front of it, that doesn't have anything. you're just flying around.
Did you hear about the people that got caught disengaging so they could get more airtime?
Oh,
No, I didn't hear that.
No, I didn't, but that's just nuts.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
that
I don't
front
want to
is
get airtime where I'm flying out the
Right.
stinking building. No, thank you. No, that is so terrifying. I go on it. I do enjoy Tower of Terror. It's different than the Disneyland version was, because you like go through this little museum thing and then you go up, and it's so fun, and I will go on it, but I'm like, you get off your seat. It's so amazing. But I'm telling you, Guardians of the Galaxy and DCA, insane. So like death defying, but so
We
much fun.
love it. Emma and
I
I
love
it.
Guardians.
I
I really
love
love
it.
Guardians. Yeah.
I
I was
know what
so
I'm talking
afraid
about.
I would get sick, but I ended up
you
loving it.
have any of you guys ever been on the Monsters After Dark version of Guardians of the Galaxy?
No.
Mission Breakout. They would only do that for Halloween, for like the month of October, and it would be after dark. They would just change the program, and all the music was like heavy metal, hard rock, and it was a lot rougher, a lot more fun. So that version's amazing. So if you're in Disneyland around Halloween,
So Mike, you've seen the pictures then. So yes. But no, I love that. My favorite rides at Disney World, honestly, are I call it Snow White Scary Train, but Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and Slinky Dog. I mean, those are just so stinking fun. Like they're a coaster, and
Yes.
they're thrilling. They're just thrilling enough, but you don't feel like you might not survive it. You know what I
Right.
mean? They're just fun. I just love those.
Slinky Dog can actually go faster, from what I understood. But if you notice when it takes off, that it just gets barely over that one hill. Well, they actually slowed it down because they thought it was too fast for kids. So that's why now you see it just barely get over that hill.
If you've
I actually
ever,
wish that it would go faster, because just getting up over that hill kind of makes me like, oh, geez.
yeah, that feeling like, I
You
have
can
a
do it.
couple ride-ons of that, and Matthew was literally crying on Slinky Dog every time. Like, he's so scared, and it's so funny. I start cackling and laughing because he is crying. Anyway, it's not that scary.
For years, we've been trying to get Kevin on coasters. He doesn't like coasters. He doesn't like being high up or anything like that. So Emma finally convinced him in 2020 when everything opened up and we were there in November to get on Slinky Dog. So there were 5 of us. So there was 2 in the front, me, and Emma and Kevin were by the tail. I kid you not, when you make that
ride for him.
You make that big turn like this. I heard Kevin going, "Oh gosh, this is so hot."
I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like,
And I think that's kind of where they snapped the picture, because I'm holding my glasses, but I'm laughing my behind off.
I hate where and Taylor will probably tell you, we went with Sam, Donna Jaworski's daughter, Samantha Lowe. And it was her first time. She was very scared. So I'm like hugging her the whole time, like holding her. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Taylor's on there. But where they take the picture, all of my hair tends to fly back. And I look in the picture like, Taylor, we get the picture. And Taylor goes, who is the man sitting next to Sam? And I'm like, that man is your mother. Do not post that picture anywhere, but on so many, so now I will put on a hat because I'm like, I am not going to have somebody think I'm a man again on these pictures.
Melissa,
Well, I'm surprised you don't lose your hat though, Kelly. Do you have?
No, I hold on to it just for dear
Okay, there you
life.
go.
I mean, I may go flying off the ride, but at least I won't look like a man. So there you go. There was another really, really great question. I think it was Byron asked it. What was the first? Now, you have to be our age and up to answer this question. What's
I
the
was going to
first
say, you better
Disney
say "and up"
movie?
because I'm not your age.
Exactly. Me too.
To be able to see, what is the first Disney movie that you saw in a movie theater?
Bambi.
Bambi?
Bambi, because that's the first, even though it was probably re-released, but that's the first one I remember seeing in the movie theater is Bambi.
I took a date to see Bambi when I was 7 years old.
I don't remember.
Wait, you went on a date at 7 years old?
Yeah, my dad and my brother were sitting a couple rows behind us, making sure we didn't get into trouble. It was the cutest thing ever.
I don't think it's that
That's
kind of
adorable.
trouble you're thinking, Kelly.
Yeah, I don't think it's that kind of trouble, Kelly. But yeah, so you went on a date with a 7-year-old, a little girl, and yeah, it was fine. And your brother, your dad drove you because obviously you couldn't drive.
Yeah,
yourself.
Right. You weren't picking her up on your
I
tricycle.
understand.
I love that. So Bambi, we were in the good old days when movies were re-released. I wish Disney would do this because I do think people would go see it. I would go see it. But re-release those Disney movies. They would bring them out of the vault and put them into movie theaters.
Yeah, instead of putting them, remember the VHSs before it goes back into the vault.
Yeah.
There'd be a copy of the VHS of the such and such,
But what about those?
I love it. I love that Rock and Robin.
Yeah, they didn't do beta. But mine was Cinderella.
Cinderella, yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Cinderella.
Yeah.
I love that.
I couldn't tell you what the first one was, and it wasn't a theater; it was a drive-in movie because we still have ours.
Yeah, we had that too.
And
It's still a theater. I like drive-ins more than theaters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
me
we still have a drive-in in Lakewood.
And my aunt's a big Disney fan, so every time there was a Disney movie playing, we were over at the drive-in theater watching it. So I couldn't even remember what the first one was we seen.
Yeah.
Now I distinctly remember because I grew up in the country. We were very much in the country, and you had to drive into town to go to the movie theater.
Same with me.
And I was 5 years old, and there was such a buildup of it. Like the week before, my daddy kept saying, "You're a big girl now. You're 5 years old. You get to go see a movie and at the movie pictures," because that's what my parents called the theater, was a movie picture. We get to go see it, and it was so exciting. And and I can see it in my mind. Mary Poppins was re-released, and it's still my favorite movie. Like, I just love it. But Mary Poppins in Evansville at the movie picture place, so amazing. So
that's a good question.
Kelly, that reference of Mary Poppins just made me think of a great question.
Please ask it.
Mary Poppins 2. Is it worth it?
I didn't like it.
I thought it was okay. I liked it. I did like it. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like the first one, but I liked it.
No, I was not around before TVs. I will fight you, Robin. And I'm gonna go buy a case of oil of Olay or something. No, I say I'd seen Disney movies on TV, but we were saying
you don't look like you were around before
theater.
TVs.
It definitely.
I do. You do not.
But,
I do.
I remember Sunday nights watching the Disney movies, on The Wonderful World of Disney.
Yeah.
And I had a record player with my mom would get me the albums with the books, and it would ding, and you would change the page and all that stuff.
Those little golden books.
I just remember watching the Mouseketeers.
Yes,
And
yes.
that's because I grew up with that because my mom named our first dog after one of the characters, Cubby.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yep. And actually
Um,
she had that dog before she had kids.
Oh my gosh.
And the stories
that's
that my mom used to
Monticello.
tell us that she used to see the dog before she saw it when she went on a little vacation with my father. She went to go see the dog first before she went to go see the baby that my grandmother was watching.
And that
Oh my gosh, I
Monticello was
love it.
actually from this area, from the area where
Yeah,
I,
yes. Oh yeah.
yep, Utica, New
Hi,
York.
William. I have to say it. I love
Hi.
saying his last name, Versiglio. Thank you for being here. That is just rolls off the tongue so beautifully.
Very
Thank you so
Italian.
much.
Yeah.
And Katie says Mary Poppins will always be one of her favorites. I
Yeah.
enjoyed the Mary Poppins too. I think the dance scene was really great on the roof. However, for me, it was a one and done. I saw it, don't need to see it again, but I will watch Mary Poppins whenever it's on, the original.
The music for Mary Poppins 2 very paralleled the original.
Vicky's a fan of, or
Oh,
had seen Bedknobs and
I love
Broomsticks.
that movie.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh wow, that was an
Still
old
love
one.
that movie.
My
Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
children, I had watched Bedknobs and Broomsticks probably 10 years ago, and they all act like it was like torturing them. And like, I think because it's so long, and it's very similar to Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, right?
Oh, I love that movie. Chitty Chitty
I
Bang Bang.
love
Oh,
Chitty
me
Chitty
too.
Bang Bang. So, but I like Bedknobs and Broomsticks. But Taylor will probably say something about that.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang was
No,
adorable.
Robin, I'm just kidding with you. I love you, and I know I'm old.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang
Kim
was awesome.
was traumatized by Old Yeller.
Oh
You know, it's all great till the dog dies. Like,
yeah.
if I've spoiled it for anyone, I'm so sorry. But oh my goodness, my
What?
mother used to tell my brother's girlfriends, threaten them when they would call on the phone. She would be like, first of all, girls don't call boys, and if you come sniffing around my son, I'm like Old Yeller, and I will protect what's mine. My mother was 4'11", weighed 100 pounds, in a wheelchair. Had all of those girls frightened, but
But she's
I may
still Mama Bear.
That's
Yes.
right.
but she was so whatever I hear Old Yeller. I may or may not have used that with a few of
Didn't they remake Old
Oh,
Yeller?
the truth comes out now.
Why not? You know, you live as you learn.
I know. I told one girl, Matthew was going out, she's toxic. I said, you put one toe on Forest Avenue, and I'm Old Yeller. You
Okay,
will
Robert,
regret
Rob.
it. So anyway, yes, just giving advice here. Just giving advice.
Hello, Rob Fuzz.
Oh, I love that. Oh my
Birdman.
goodness. Is the velvet voice of retro Disney here himself, Rob Fuzz?
He is.
Hi, Rob.
Yes, he is.
We love Rob. Definitely go check out Rob for everything retro Disney. And thank you, Jonathan, for posting so many of my friends' links. I appreciate you. You're amazing.
Yes, Jonathan is
Snow
amazing.
White
Oh,
was,
Snow White.
I mean, it is frightening. I'm going to tell a really quick story, and I'm sorry, it'll be 60 seconds of your life. But they still re-released movies when Matthew was little. So I would take him to the movie theater, and we would watch movies. And he was like little. I want to say he was probably 3 years old. And we went to go see Snow White. And it gets to the part where, she's on the cliff, the old hag or whatever, and she's going to fall over, and the buzzards come flying down. And he says to me in his little boy voice, Mommy, are those birds going to eat her? This?
Aw.
And he starts crying. And this horrible woman in front of us, who was there without children, her and her boyfriend, who had brought in salads of all things, like
What?
in like to-go containers. I brought in salad, and it was so loud opening these plastic containers, munching on the salad. I said nothing through the whole movie. She turned around and tells me, "Tell him to shut up. We're trying to watch the movie."
Uh-oh.
I was like,
Oh, geez.
Mama Bear came out.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
"Don't." And he's crying. I was like, "Who are you telling to shut up?" And she goes, "You B word." Oh my heavens. I'm a lover, not a fighter, but I went and told on her, and her brought in salads. And so there you go. Anyway.
Okay. You're a party pooper when you bring in a salad to a
Yeah,
movie
like,
theater instead
I
of
mean, at
popcorn.
least sneak in
Justin.
candy and cans of soda like I do. And maybe a burger.
They had Karens back then.
Yeah, they had Karens
Oh,
back then.
oh, Chris, that was low.
Yeah, they were the predecessors of the Karen, right?
Oh, yeah.
They were Karens before Karens were cool.
Yes.
Yep.
Hi, Justin.
Karens are
Welcome,
never
welcome.
cool.
Yeah.
That haircut that Karens all have, like, no.
Yeah.
Yes.
They were Karens before there were Karens.
Okay. Any other questions that chat has for us? Please go ahead and
Me
post
too,
it.
Byron. Drusilla and Anastasia destroying Cinderella's mother's dress.
Oh, yeah.
That tore me apart. It was her mother's dress.
Yes.
That was really,
I mean,
it was so sad.
I want to put my hands through the screen and like, no.
It still gives me
Yeah,
anxiety.
rip them
When I
apart.
watch that, it still gives me anxiety because, like, they're so flippin' mean. They're just so mean.
The real story is
But
even
that's
worse.
Yeah.
Right.
But the thing is that so many of the Disney
you,
movies,
Jonathan.
especially back then, they're tame now. I mean, face it, they're tame. But so many of the Disney movies back then, they were horrible. I mean, they
I
were
think there was
absolutely.
this.
Hi, VP. Speaking of VP,
Oh my goodness,
Kelly was talking to you about you earlier, VP. All nice things, though.
VP, I miss
Hi,
you.
VP.
Love you. So happy for you and all the awesome things that are happening in your family. So,
Yes.
so happy to
Yeah,
see you here.
family-
Yes, I was talking about
family
when
growth.
we used to go through Magic Kingdom and be the only people there after the reopening. I was like, this is amazing. There would be like cavalcades just for us, just for me and VP. It was awesome. So yes. Have a great night, Heather. Love you so much, girlfriend. Please go check out the Eclectic Meme.
Oh,
She does all
hello
kinds
and
of
bye,
fun
Eclectic
unboxing.
Mima. I forgot
Yeah.
to say hello to you.
Oh my goodness. Barbecue Becky, Cornerstone Caroline, and Permit Patty. That's amazing, Jonathan. I
Permit
thought, wow.
Patty. I like that one.
Yeah. I do too. Okay, so please post in chat any questions you have. April is speaking my love language here. Your favorite food to eat at Disney. Chris, let's start with you. What is your favorite food? And it can be anything. Sit down,
School
quick
bread.
service. I'm sorry, what did you say?
School bread.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I love it. I love school
Tell
bread.
me what you
Yeah.
love about it.
It's just tell you the truth. The first time we had it, there was something wrong, and I think they over toasted the coconut, and it gave off like a very perfume like taste. But the next few times I had it, it was amazing. I mean, just having like the cream inside of it and everything like that. And I know usually I get two, and I take one back to the room, and you have a and they taste even better if they've been sitting in the refrigerator chilled. So
tips for
VP
the
is getting people addicted over here to
I never
the
had
school
it.
bread.
I never had it.
Oh well, Deb, when you go down, you got to try it. It's
That's
delicious.
right.
I
Although
think
my
I may
personal
have had a
favorite is
bad
not
experience.
school bread, but it's very high up there.
Is it really? I think we just got a bad one. Like Taylor and I were going around trying all the like iconic foods at Epcot, and it literally just kind of tasted like a hard dinner roll with frosting. So I was like, What's the big deal? But I think maybe we just got a bad one like you did too, Chris. So I'm going to have to retry it. Melissa, what's your go-to, your favorite Disney food? It's not a Disney trip without eating it.
Tonga toast at Kona Cafe and the Polynesian.
Yum.
Now, I can't eat the whole thing because it's going to make my blood sugar go through the roof. So I share it.
I will share with you, girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never had that, but I've heard really good things about it.
It's
It's kinda
wonderful.
like French toast on steroids, right?
It's got cooked bananas on the inside, caramelized, sugar cinnamon on the outside. They serve it with a strawberry coulis that you could pour on top. And then have that with your Hawaiian coffee, your Kona coffee.
Whose blood sugar wouldn't go up after that?
It's so good.
My blood sugar's going up.
Oh my God.
There's also a different French toast available at Kona, and I can't remember if it has coconut or pecans or something, but there's another one that's supposed to be amazing.
No, there are
too.
macadamia nut pancakes.
Macadamia nut. That's it.
That's what
So I was like, I know there's something else.
Emma gets. Emma gets those.
I love it. I love it. And please go check out Carla and Kiko Adventures tomorrow night. They're celebrating Kiko's birthday. Last Friday, they celebrated, I think it was last Friday, Carla's birthday, which is St. Patrick's Day. So she's, officially Irish. So please go check them out. They are just fantastic California friends, and you will be so happy you did. Okay, Tina, go-to food. It's not a Disney trip without eating it.
Zebra domes.
Yes.
I've got to have my zebra domes from my Animal Kingdom Lodge. Without my zebra domes.
That's Kevin and Emma's thing.
Now, explain what a zebra dome is. I've had it on my DVC tour when I was on a field trip.
It's first of all, it's got a little bit of booze in it, okay, but not very much. But anyway, it's a little cookie. It's about this big around. It's got a little cookie on the bottom, and then it's not Bavarian cream, and it's not coffee cream, and it's not chocolate, but it's some kind of cream that's really, really delicious. And then it has chocolate, and it's kind of like a light color. And then it has chocolate drizzled back and forth across the top. That's what makes it, the zebra dome. But oh man, it is delicious. Oh, it's so good. You got to try it, VP. Go over to Animal Kingdom Lodge. Go into the Mara.
Quick service, right?
The Mara
Yep. Yep, Mara at Animal Kingdom Lodge, the Jumbo House.
Yes.
And delicious.
Past the pool.
Yep, I gotta have my zebra dome.
They're so good, but I feel like they're so.
And I don't even have to share because Chuck don't want none.
Oh my goodness!
I don't think he's tried them, and I'm okay with that because he might like them once he tries them.
That's
you
right.
definitely need a few of them, and with coffee, is the best. So good, so good. Rockin' Robin's birthday starts at midnight. Please, everybody in chat, tell her happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Robin! Birthday, sweet.
I love how she says official starts at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Was that what time you were born, sweetie? I don't know what time I was born, but that is so cute. I love that.
Katie is a big Zebra Dome fan too. Debbie, what are you most excited to try at Disney when you go on this great trip?
I remember eating the Mickey's bar. So that
Mickey ice cream bar.
But I don't know. I want to try everything.
All of it. That's the right answer.
Yeah, you've got to have the cheeseburger egg rolls. You've got to have the Dole Whip. You've got to have.
I don't need cheese.
You've got to have the school bread. You've got to have.
I hope you've been saving for the last 20 years.
Yeah. I won't eat cheese and meat together, but other than that, I'm game for anything.
I love it. Brian, what's your go-to? It's not a Disney trip unless you eat this thing.
My go-to at Disneyland, I would definitely have to say the skewers over at Bengal Barbecue. They have a couple that I'm madly in love with. The Bengal beef is like a teriyaki beef steak skewer, And
But it's so good. That doesn't
is.
even give it
Really,
justice. There
really,
isn't
really good.
words in the English language that describe these things.
Oh yeah, it's delicious. I took my mom there when I took her to Disneyland, and we ended up splitting some skewers. I think she got the safari skewer, which I tried some of that, and that was delicious. Basically, it's bacon wrapped asparagus pieces.
Oh, but the
skewered on a
bacon
skewer
is like
and then grilled up.
crispy.
So
Yes,
good.
those are so. That is what you get
Uh-huh.
quick service at Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
Bacon wrapped
And
asparagus.
my other,
I mean, come on now. Just saying.
and it's
Just
so
saying.
good. Even if you don't like asparagus, it's wrapped in bacon. So go
And
for the
crispy
bacon. You'll like the
bacon. It's
asparagus,
not
I promise.
fatty bacon. It's like crispy and perfect and
No, it's not.
delicious.
It's not fatty bacon.
So good.
Also, over
Hey,
at
bacon.
in Galaxy's Edge, they have Ronto roasters,
Those are so
which
good.
if you haven't had one yet, it's a pita with a pork sausage, a roasted pork, and a vinegary coleslaw with a peppercorn sauce. It is absolutely
The
amazing.
pita's like kind of thick and soft and warm. It's so good. I love it. So good choices. And you can they're the same in Disneyland or Disney World. Absolutely, just so good.
Oh, yeah.
Great breakfast.
Okay, well,
I gotta
I
say,
was
this is
kind of wondering that because
What do you-
some things are not the same, like churros in Disney World are
Right.
yucky, and I understand that churros in Disneyland are amazing.
they're
Why
like
is that?
heaven in your mouth.
It's the
They
humidity
say
in
it's
Florida.
the humidity. I say it's the Disneyland magic, but no, there is such a difference. They're like kind of chewy in Disney World, even if you get it like fresh.
Yeah, because
But they're like
I've had a
crisp and
churro at Disney World, and I'm like, I don't
Okay,
understand what's so
here's-
great
the
about
here's
this
the thing.
inside's like
It's-
airy and
I
delicious.
think it could be the water also.
Here's-
Florida, the
here's the
water
thing.
is terrible.
Here's the thing.
Yeah,
when I
you're
was
right, Debbie.
when I was over at
That's
Disney
probably-
World, I noticed that the churro carts use the exact same ovens that they use in Disneyland. So the only difference in the churros is that they get them from the same location from American Foods. The only difference between a Florida churro and a California churro is the humidity. The humidity is what ruins the churros in Florida.
Which you can't do anything about. So
Yeah, you can't do
I
anything
tried,
about it.
believe me, because I have an afro in Florida at all times. So I'm gonna say Disney World. My favorite thing to eat is at oh gosh, Flame Tree Barbecue. The mac and cheese that has the brisket, the onion ring, the barbecue
Ooh, yeah.
sauce, so flippin' delicious. I love it. It's so good. And the corn dog. The corn dog, they now have the official Disneyland hand dipped corn dog
It's
at
about time.
yes, at Sleepy Hollow. So don't miss that.
Yeah.
Disneyland, the corn dog.
Thank
You
God
gotta
the
have the corn
humidity
dog.
isn't ruining them.
And she'll even eat one of those before you go to Liberty Tree Tavern to eat.
Are you fat shaming me? Are you fat shaming me? Chris?
I'm just saying you must have been hungry that day. That's all I'm saying.
I did. I ate the corn dog and I ate every bit of it. And it's ginormous. Right an hour and a half before going to Liberty Tree Tavern. Now, I will say Liberty Tree Tavern is not my favorite place. The dessert, amazing.
I love it.
Rest
Chuck and I
of it-
both. We love Liberty.
Now,
But, I don't know. But the ooey gooey booey fantasticness at the end all day long.
The
Yes,
toffee
Kim.
cake, the ooey gooey.
If we're going to, I almost said Downtown Disney. If we're going to Disney Springs, 100% Homecoming, love it, and Boathouse, two best for sure.
Kelly,
Well,
Kelly,
I love Homecoming
Oh yes, I
because
hunted
that's
her
where we
down.
met.
And James kept telling me, you need to be polite and let them eat. I was like, no, I cannot wait to meet her. I am going to go find her.
Kelly, I was very disappointed in Magic Kingdom. Jennifer and I went to try the cheeseburger egg rolls. We get there, and they were completely sold out. I was like,
you have to go early. You have to go early.
We tried, but
Yep.
they did have something that I bought one. Jennifer and I split it, and oh my God, whatever the cheeseburger spring roll would have tasted like, I think this was actually better. It was a pastrami spring roll.
Yeah.
Oh, those are good.
They do different ones all the time. I like the pizza ones.
Hi, Ho-Yos.
Yep.
Welcome.
Yep.
What's your question? Hi, Adventures by D. Welcome.
Hi, Adventures by D.
Yes, hummingbird cake. Everything at Homecoming is fantastic. I don't even drink that strawberry moonshine. So good. The little deviled eggs. When can you get deviled eggs at a restaurant? So great. So great. Amy is saying, welcome, Amy. And she enjoyed Liberty Tree Tavern.
Hi, Amy.
You can just eat a lot there. It is really, really good. I had a great time with Chris there. And
I know what you were talking about. I mean, I had the turkey, and the turkey does taste kind of bland. And then I think what it was, you guys hid the gravy from me. If I would have known that.
Gonzo and I did not hoard the gravy.
Well,
we may or may not have hoarded the gravy.
Okay, Yo-Yo.
But I love it. But I like their what is it? Their beef, the beef, the roast beef, the pot roast.
What is it called? Pot roast. It's so good. That is definitely a go-to.
The thing is you talk about Liberty, you talk about Liberty Tree Tavern, but there's a restaurant there that I don't think most people eat at, and they share a kitchen, and that's the Diamond Horseshoe.
Yeah,
and that place is amazing.
When I went to Liberty Tree Tavern with Matthew, they sat us in the Golden Horseshoe. Yeah. So I don't think I've ever eaten at the Golden. Oh, is it which one is it? It's not Golden Horseshoe.
It's the Diamond Horseshoe.
Diamond Horseshoe.
I'm
thinking Golden Horseshoe in Disneyland. Okay, so they sat us at Diamond Horseshoe. But that was Matthew and I were like, that was the first time I went. We couldn't believe it. We could not believe it. And that ooey gooey cake, I feel like that should come out first. Like, just give me that first. But I will tell you a tip there. If you order the dairy-free dressing or stuffing, whatever y'all call it, but if you order the dairy-free one, I know you're like skeptical right now. They make it fresh. They make it fresh, and it comes out with just a little bit of crisp on the side. Pour that gravy on there. So good.
You mean gluten-free?
Maybe it's gluten-free. It's something free, like special dietary, but they make it to order, and it's so good. It's so good. So
I want to try that place. I can't remember the name of it now. The place that Steve's World that goes to gets the meatloaf.
Primetime 50s?
Yes, thank you.
Oh, yes.
Primetime Cafe.
I want to try that. I want to try that place.
That's very good.
Yeah.
That's very good. I love that.
They made Heaven hold a salt packet with her nose.
How we grew up, Deb. It's how we. It's the manners when we were growing up. Get your elbows off the table.
Yeah.
Don't. There was one time when we were there, and we had a problem with scheduling errors, and a scheduling problem, and I was on my phone. I was on my cell phone, and I said to the server, Auntie, whoever, Aunt Jane, whatever, I said, please don't yell at me for playing with the walkie-talkie while I'm at the table, because I have to make plans. And she was like, all right, on this one time, I will be all right with it. But you can't be on your cell phone when you're eating dinner at 50s Primetime.
No,
they yell at you, and they make you play games. They make you do things like sing "I'm a Little Teapot," short and stout, and everything.
Our
And Rockin' Robin
server
says,
was
use
snarky.
your courtesy words.
Yes,
Say please and thank you, or you won't get all of your things. And they make you eat your vegetables,
Yep.
which
Well,
I enjoy. But
we were there. We seen somebody who wouldn't eat their green beans, and then when it came around to dessert, they brought their green beans out and then put whipped cream on top.
They did it to Steve. They did that to Steve. Yeah.
Yep, they did.
Yeah, they did that to Steve.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's brilliant.
Yeah.
They
Oh my
they
gosh.
also tried to hide his green beans underneath his mashed potatoes, but he
Yes,
found them.
yes.
Amy used to work at the prime time. How did I not know this? That's amazing, Amy. We
Oh,
need to talk,
wow.
girlfriend. That is awesome. That is awesome. We'll have another cast member night because I need to hear about all of that. All of that. I just loved looking around the prime time. It literally was like walking into my Meemaws. Oh, she used to have that clock. She used to have that. This. It was just really, really kind of cool.
Now, see,
My favorite though.
That right there tells you, Kelly, you're quite a bit younger than I am because of the
Yes.
fact that we had that stuff. Not
Exactly. Exactly.
It's just such a great walk through memory lane. Taylor and I absolutely love and two places in Hollywood Studios, and we go to one or the other. The Brown Derby.
Yep.
100%.
Mhm.
Absolutely love it.
Cobb salad is bomb there.
The
Yes.
Cobb salad's amazing. It's like, Brian, I don't know if you ever went to the Brown Derby
did.
in
We did.
Hollywood. My parents used to take me there all the time. It is so good. So it kind of
Well, that's where the Cobb salad got started.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So great. But Taylor orders some insane. Taylor, if you're still here, please put what it is. I don't believe it, but it's one of those like miracle burgers or something, that's like not actually made with meat.
Like an Impossible Burger.
It's a Salisbury steak. I am telling you, they're liars because 100% that tastes like meat, has the texture of meat, has the most wonderful brown gravy. Those rolls that they keep bringing you for free, amazing.
Vegan steak with mushrooms and mashed potatoes.
It
Okay,
is
she lost me with the mushrooms.
It is
You lost me with the vegan.
good. So no, it's like
I've had
unlike
vegan.
Taylor,
I don't mind that, as long as you don't try to feed me tofu, but not mushrooms. Don't feed me mushrooms.
It's so good. And you feel kind of bougie when the like guy comes over with the little like crumb brush on the table.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
The chocolate cake there is to die for.
So good.
Forget about the
good.
grapefruit cake. That chocolate cake is it's so good.
Yeah, I was never into the grapefruit cake. Give me chocolate all day long.
I've never ate there, but I've been outside and got the margarita flight.
Yeah, you can if you can't. If it's busy and like you can't get in, usually it's just Taylor and I, so two people can usually get in anywhere, but you can sit outside and get great drinks and you can order the Cobb salad. But we also love, people either love this or hate it. I will fight you. It is so good. The Sci-Fi Dine-In.
Yes.
Because you're in a drive-in movie theater inside. And the food
it's
is
not
the
the
onion
food.
rings.
It's not the food. The food is whatever, but the
Yeah.
atmosphere is so fun. It really is.
Didn't
It's
watch
so
those
fun,
old
and those like
B-movie.
retro movies.
Yeah, the
I mean, it
B-movies.
depends on what you order. Like Taylor gets chicken strips basically anywhere that's not the Brown Derby, so they're the same all over the property. But I usually get a burger. The onion rings are fire. The milkshakes are really, really good. So if that kind of food, really. But I mean, you get to sit there and watch these crazy sci-fi movies that used to be on like Outer Limits. Does anybody remember?
Oh, yeah.
That would come on TV.
Elvira.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So
VP doesn't like sci-fi
I
at
know.
all.
You need to go with me, VP. You will love it. It's so much fun sitting in the car. It's so good. You are wrong.
Well, I can almost agree with him. I like it, but I think it's the atmosphere that you go for. I can't say that the food is great. It's good food.
I mean, they have steak on the menu. Would I get a steak there? Absolutely, 100% no. But would I get a great bacon cheeseburger?
You go for
Yeah.
fries. You get
Yeah, that's part of the whole experience. But Taylor,
I mean, think about this
Yeah.
for a minute. What else are you going to order at a drive-in theater too? You're going to order fries, or you're going to
Mhm.
order hamburgers, you're going to order hot dogs. You're not going to order steak at a drive-in
Right.
theater either. So it makes sense if you think about it.
at some of the things on the menu, I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like,
Yeah, and
why? But I've seen people order the steak, and I'm like, what are you doing?
I think
What
if
are
you
you
order
doing?
steak at a drive-in theater, you might need to question your life choices. So.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Where did Brian go? Did I offend
He
him with something?
disappeared.
I know.
Maybe he has to do the dishes. His mom is always saying he has to do the dishes. Really quick, we did the funnest thing. Matthew took us on Friday. It was St. Patrick's Day, but in a theater here, in like this bougie Scottsdale mall. On the rooftop, they're doing like a drive-in movie theater experience, except you sit in lawn chairs, and they showed Pirates of the Caribbean: The Black Pearl
Oh,
under the
awesome.
stars, under the stars, and
Wow.
they had burgers and everything.
Amy
And
said she ordered
Amy
the
said,
steak.
well, if you're on the dining plan,
Yeah.
you order the most expensive thing, girlfriend. That is a smart move. That is a smart move. Thank you so much, Kim. I love you so much,
Good night.
girlfriend. Have a
Night,
great
good
night.
Good night, Kim.
This has been so much fun. It was so much fun. Matthew actually took me there a couple months ago, and we saw oh gosh, Grease. We saw Grease a few months ago, and then
yes.
it was so cool. And you know, it happened to be like a week after Olivia Newton-John passed away, so it was so cool. I'm crying. Everybody's crying. A lot of people dressed up in like 50s outfits, but it's only $14. And
Not
it's on the
bad.
rooftop. It's such a cool experience.
Only
So,
$14. Debbie, do you remember when movies were a dime?
Uh,
Only
I mean, for like a
$14.
cool experience.
oh my
It's just
God.
that
Well, we
Yes.
got a
little.
place you can still go to
There-
see movies on Wednesday for $1.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it. I
Yeah,
love that.
the matinee where you go during the day, and yes, it's like almost like nothing to go to the movie.
Yeah. You hand them a dime, and you know, you hand them another nickel, and you got popcorn.
I love it when we talk food. 'cause
Soda
I'm
was
like,
full price though, because they knew darn right well if they practically gave you the popcorn, then you were going to be willing to pay full price for the soda.
that's why I bring a big purse.
Yeah.
Especially when I had the army of children, you know what I mean? I would bring plastic cups, order the refillable popcorn, and then be putting it in all the plastic cups for the
I
kids.
thought you were going to say you brought salad.
Yeah.
No, I did not.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
Fat girls are not eating salad at the.
Has anyone been to the last? I mean, one of the couple restaurants that I remember when last time I went to Disney was actually in Epcot. We went to the French restaurant. I don't remember the name of the restaurant, but the French
Paul
place.
Mis- well,
Epcot,
back then it was probably it wasn't Paul Monsieur's.
I don't
Yes,
remember.
to France.
Yeah.
Maybe,
It was,
I don't remember, but I mean, I love France, so that's like my favorite pavilion to go to. And then we also went to a Japanese restaurant.
they've got Japan has a couple of restaurants.
I can't
now. Now
remember
they've got
which
a
one it was.
Papanitos?
very, very
Maybe, I honestly don't remember I don't remember the names of
high-end one, but
Was it hibachi?
their food,
I
the
think
hibachi
so,
is
maybe.
very
I
good.
don't remember. I honestly don't remember, but I just remember.
Yeah,
On
it was
both
probably
sides,
the
and they're both
hibachi.
delicious.
I think we also went to the German. I think it was the German. I don't know if they still have.
Oktoberfest,
I don't know if they
Beer
still have. I think we went to on a canoe to take you to the restaurant. I don't remember that. I remember something with that, and I can't remember what it was.
What is it?
I don't remember that,
bomb?
but
I don't know.
I don't remember. I remember going on a little boat ride to get to the restaurant,
Oh,
and I don't know. That
wow.
was so many years ago.
well,
I love beer gardens.
There's a Mexican. The Mexican pavilion has a boat ride in it, but you don't have to ride the boat in order to get to the restaurant. But the boat ride goes around behind the restaurant. So I mean, you know, the old saying is, "Hey, throw me a
Maybe
roll."
that's
or
what it
maybe you
was.
took
I
the
don't
boat
remember.
across the Epcot Lake there. And
Maybe
went to, like,
I honestly don't remember.
Yeah,
But I remember going on a boat, and I can't remember what it was. my mind. I can't remember things.
Well, there's a couple of, there's a couple of boat ride. Obviously there's Frozen. They don't have a restaurant there. I don't think Norway ever had a restaurant that was near the boat ride.
Didn't
But
the-
Alkershus is there, right? But you don't.
Yeah.
It's on the other side of the pavilion.
Yeah, that's the one we went to where Heaven just broke out laughing when we was walking away because when they announced you were like with us, the Royal Addy family. And what time is it and how far? Okay, so I can tell this. So we're walking away and Heaven just breaks down. This is way before she was a cast member. She just breaks down laughing so hard. And Margie, I'm like, what is so wrong? And she's just got tears coming out of her eyes. She's laughing so hard. And I'm like, what is funny? She says, they just announced the Royal Pecker family.
Wow.
Oh dear.
That'll cause you to take a second look.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
Okie-dokies.
Yeah, that'll cause you to change your name.
I was thinking, honestly, for your children, change your last name. There's no way anybody wants to go through high school with the last name Pecker.
Yes.
Exactly.
Unless you named him Woody.
I don't even want to think about the poor jokes that.
I know it. I know. And
Yeah.
and you got to be really thoughtful with the first name that goes with Pecker as well. It's a thing. Jonathan, I love, brings up Splitsville and Disney Dan's obsession with sushi from the bowling alley. He says it's really good. VP's backing it up. I will tell you what to order at Splitsville is the crazy nachos. They bring them out on a pizza platter and they're about this high and they're loaded with cheese and meat and jalapenos and onions and pico de gallo. They are fantastic. So good, shareable. It's like, I don't know, $13. Don't need to order a meal. So if you're going cheap, like
Are the chips soggy?
they are not. I think they make them there because they were like warm and delicious.
I thought maybe
But
the
yeah, but
humidity.
a lot of times when you get all that stuff on top of the nachos, the chips underneath get soggy. That sounds
You
wonderful.
can also
I was
get
asking because of the
fries.
humidity in Florida is why I
You
was.
can
Yeah,
also
there's
get
that too.
nacho fries, and it comes the same thing on this big pizza platter about this high. So good, so good.
Okay, I'd go with the fries.
So good, so good. Yeah, the fries were better. The fries were definitely better. So many great eating. I'm starving.
I know.
It's too
I know, I
late for me
can't
to
eat
eat. I'll get
anymore.
indigestion in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
I got to be careful. I don't want to eat anymore.
Yep. Debbie's doing very, very well.
I lost 12
knock
pounds
her
so
off her-
far.
Oh my goodness!
Since the beginning of
Congratulations!
January.
You lost them. I picked them up and put them right on my hip.
You
So
want more?
I found them. Yes. Jonathan says they are house-made nachos, which are always the best. There is so Amy brings up Electric Umbrella, which is no longer there,
Right.
but they had the best. It was like a brisket sandwich, Amy. I'm probably saying it wrong, but it came on this huge, like crusty, subby roll thing.
Crusty roll. Yep.
And with beer cheese. So I would, of course, ask for extra beer cheese on the side, and they would give you this like bowl of hot, juicy deliciousness, and then I would dump it in there. So good. So good.
Sunshine Seasons, that's the food court there in the land, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
See, if I'm in the land, I'm eating at Garden Grill. So
Garden Grill, so good.
If I'm in Epcot, I'm
No.
probably not even going to eat in Future World. I'm going to go back to the country. So,
There's so much, but
I have
love
eaten
Garden
at Sunshine
Grill.
Season a couple of times, and it's got good food. I've eaten at Electric Umbrella once, and I think I had that brisket sandwich you were talking about, Kelly. But
So good.
but
And it was
good.
like $11, which at Disney, not a lot. And it came with like fries and stuff. So really good. Princess Paula Bell just woke up. And she used to be a chef over
How are you
in
feeling,
Epcot.
Princess Paula Bell?
Yeah.
So she's gonna
Princess
having a
Paula Bell is
baby.
going to have a baby.
So exciting. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. All right. Well, thank you so This was so stinking fun. I love you guys. We need to do this more.
Yeah.
Can I answer one question that was in the chat?
Yes, please. I must have missed it.
Well, he repeated it a couple of times, but it was Mike. So it was a mall deuce, 50 cal, and yes, I hit the target. So
Oh,
yeah.
I
had
was
a
kind
Nerf
of
gun.
wondering, Chris, if you were going to want to answer that one.
Yes, so that's impressive. I think the only thing I've hit is with a Nerf gun.
Well,
And
you're
my
talking about a
brother.
large weapon that can't be fired at personnel. So the targets are the size of trucks. So they're pretty easy to hit.
Oh, you're in our prayers, Princess Paula Bell. Babies will do that sometimes. She's probably just sleeping.
How close? Yeah, how close are you? A lot of times they rest right before they go
Yeah,
into labor, right, Kelly?
they do. They do. They do.
So she
So
might be just about to have baby.
yes, that's so exciting. So exciting. And here's VP. He's going to have 2 new babies in his family. So exciting.
Yep.
I love babies.
Growing family.
So fun. So
Oh,
fun.
so
I miss
yeah, she's not ready to have the babies yet. So
Mm-mm.
hopefully they're just sleeping. Or
Yeah.
the baby. You're just having one, right? I'm thinking I'm getting
I
you
was like, wait,
to
is she having
somebody
twins?
else. Paula. No, somebody else I know is having twins. So I think it's somebody else I know.
And please go check out Vicky's Tigger Tales. Her, Joy, and I this week did the funnest thing. We did 7 days of Disney bounding. So please go check out what they did on Instagram, Vicky's Tigger Tales and Joy S. And it was really fun. And we decided it was so fun, we're going to do it again. It was really kind of a challenge for me because I told myself I'm not going to buy anything. I have to shop my closet for all the Disney bounds. So it was super fun. So anyway, I just saw Vicky's here, so please go check her out. Sunday, I'm opening. She sent me. I don't do the box swaps, but I do one a year, and I love it. And Vicky actually sent to me. I haven't opened it yet, but Sunday I'll be opening it with all of you. So anyway. All right. Did I miss any other questions? Did anybody have any more questions that I missed? I'm so sorry. I know that somebody asked our favorite park, so we can end with that. What is your favorite Disney park?
We starting with me?
Yeah,
Hollywood
always with you,
Studios.
Chris.
Hollywood Studios.
What's your favorite thing there?
I just like the atmosphere. I mean, they put in Star Wars, which is like one of my favorite things. But before that, I kind of miss the Roger Rabbit feel they used to have, and wish they would bring it back. But I also feel I always liked old Hollywood, and that's what you got. And I think, and I've heard people saying they're not going to bring back the Citizen Hollywood, but there's signs that they might be bringing them back because they showed up at one of the runs.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes. So I
Yes.
hope they bring them back.
It's a really
I hope they do
great
too. I hope they
atmosphere.
do too.
You know, the music is great. I love Hollywood Studios at Christmas. That whole retro, like
Right.
30s, 40s, 50s vibe that they have at Christmas is absolutely the best.
And I also I found a place where they sell Citizens of Hollywood pins.
What?
Yes, they have a pin for each one of the characters. And my favorite character is Betty Shambles. So
I don't know the characters. So what does Betty do? Is she one of the starlets?
No. Go ahead, Tina.
We had one come in when we were having dinner at Hollywood Brown Derby one time. But
oh wow.
But she was the funny one with kind of skinny with the glasses, right?
She's
Chris?
kind of like the first, she's kind of like the one that looks like she just came to Hollywood, and but when we watched, they were doing the match game, and she was just hilarious. I mean, they were all funny, but she would like, they had those director chairs they would sit in, and then they'd have her get up, and somehow she sat down with her leg behind her in the chair, and then would get caught and couldn't get out of the chair. And she's just hilarious. She's one of the best ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
But yeah,
love that.
I miss them too. That was, but you know what? I think that they just had trouble hiring people back.
Yeah.
And I don't think, I think when Chapek was in charge, I think that that's when you heard that they weren't coming back,
Right.
because
right.
that's free stuff. And but I think that Iger recognizes that that's part of the Disney fun. That's part of what makes
Right.
it special, is,
It's
just
not
the
just a
street
theme
atmosphere.
park.
And it's
You're
right.
immersed, right?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. And I'm sorry. I love that Hollywood Studios still has the Muppets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just so cool. There's a lot. Just the walking, the shops, the music. There's really great food on that little street that goes to like Tower of Terror too. Really
Oh
great
yeah.
food on there. And I heard, well, they've been redoing Rock and Roller Coaster. I've heard that it's going to be smoother, so it's not going to like headbang as much. So that'll be really great.
Right.
But I love that you said that. Melissa, what's your favorite park?
Animal Kingdom.
Why?
I've just always liked it because it's completely different from the others.
It's the most
It's Walt
relaxing
Disney
park
World.
out
It's
there.
completely different.
But
And
that's
that's
what
what I like about it.
That's what we always thought. It was the most relaxing park out of the 4.
Yes.
I'll
It's
say
the
when I
most
moved,
non-Disney of the Disney parks.
you believe it. I believe it's like the best of Disney storytelling. Like you
Yes.
believe it.
Yeah.
So I love that. But when we moved to Florida, and I was like, I'm not gonna like that Animal Kingdom. I don't want to go to a zoo. Then I went, I was like, I love this place. I think I just love it. It's always a good time. It's always a good time.
Yes.
It's great food. It's just always a good time. Without all the like mania that the other
Right.
parks can have.
Right.
Yeah.
So I totally get that. And Tina, what's your favorite park?
Well, for the same reasons that Melissa said, I love Animal Kingdom. I love Animal Kingdom for the storytelling. I love Animal Kingdom, and I love Epcot, but it used to be it would be kind of like a tie between Epcot and Animal Kingdom, depending on what was going on at Epcot. But the problem with Epcot is they're more and more IP. Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
They're more and
What
more
are you
IP.
doing, Angela?
And it's I don't know why they feel the need to put all the intellectual properties all over Epcot.
Right.
I'm sorry, but that's not what Epcot was supposed to be. And that's why I love Animal Kingdom, is because it's about the animals, and it's about the story of nature and animals
Mhm.
and stuff like that. They don't rely on the IP so much, So, I mean,
I
there
get
are
that.
no
I
movies
do.
about the Yeti. I mean, you know what I mean?
Or else Disney will make one.
Can I say something about that? You said
Yeah,
there's okay.
please do.
So I dove really far into the Society of Explorers and Adventurers, and they show a picture of him, and there's one, for some reason, he does not have a story. He doesn't have a name, but the way he is dressed, I have a feeling Expedition Everest is going to end up with a backstory that relates to the Society of Explorers and Adventurers.
That's cool.
If it's not
might.
that, it's going to be the Matterhorn.
That's fine.
So,
that's fine, because
Yeah.
that's something that is interwoven all through all the parks throughout around the
Right.
world. It's just exclusive to the parks.
right.
And that's in and of itself its own story. And you can get
Right.
into it or not, depending on what. It's not thrown in your face like Harmonious threw IP in your face.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
that just frustrated me so
No,
much.
I agree with you, Tina, completely.
Mhm.
It's almost like, they're talking about there at Magic Kingdom. I feel like the IP stuff should almost stay in Fantasyland, is the way I feel almost. I feel like, because, Adventureland, you didn't have IP
I'm
in
okay
it.
with it being in Magic Kingdom all over the
Right.
place, but when they started putting it in Hollywood studios, more than just the story about making the movie, and when they
Right.
started putting it in Epcot, that really frustrated me.
Right.
Because
I
mean,
get why
that's not what
Epcot
Epcot
would
was
be,
supposed to be.
especially the World Showcase. It feels
Yeah.
like, but I will tell you, I was a huge cheerleader, fan, proponent of Disney California Adventure, getting away from, because honestly, I'd go there and I'd be like, I'm not at Disney. And
Right.
other people felt that way too. Like,
Exactly.
and I love that they're bringing like Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy and Pixar. And so, yes, 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 DCA switch over. But I get Epcot, it feels weird
Yeah.
because that's not what it is. So I get that. I get that. So excited to see you, Dis Our Dream. Thank you so much. Harmonious felt like a Magic Kingdom show. I love it. And Debbie, what park are you most excited to go visit?
I'm excited to see Animal Kingdom, but I agree with Tina with Epcot. That's what I fell in love with when Epcot first came out, when they were doing about the history of the different countries, when you could go into the different pavilions and there was so much history there. And that's what I love, because I loved history and I love learning. And that's what made me grow to love Epcot. But I haven't been to Epcot in so many years, so I don't know how it's changed. As you're saying that it's changed. So I'm really excited to go see Animal Kingdom, because I've never been to Animal Kingdom. And I don't think I ever been to Hollywood Studios or any of that, those places either. So I'm excited to see those places.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for you to go see those places.
Yeah.
All the parks have their own thing.
Right.
but
This is
Disney-
each one has its own magic and the old thing. I mean,
Yes.
especially like in the olden days, and when it first came out, when it first, opened up, it was so much different than it is now, because I only experience it through, streams. But
Right.
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
Come
know
to Epcot. Everybody wants to see you at Disney, Debbie.
Hollywood Studios.
know.
Hollywood
I know
Studios.
Jeff had to razz me today on his stream. So that was good. Yeah, but that's what I'm excited for. I'm excited to see what's changed and some of the new places, new to me, of parks that
Sure.
I've never seen before.
I love
Right.
it. What were you going to say, Chris?
Hollywood Studios actually was not supposed to be a park. It was actually being planned to be an expansion to Epcot for TV and film. And then they
Oh.
realized they had so much that they could do a park with it.
Yeah,
So-
but it was also supposed to be, the working studios concept. And it
yes.
was a working studio.
Right.
And that's the thing. When they took that out and they decided that they were going to make it Star Wars World. And don't get me wrong, I love Star Wars, but it's not. They've made it into, like 50% Disney,
I think they lost that when they got rid of the animation anyway. So I think what was it? We looked it up the other night. What was the last animated movie there? And it was Brother Bear.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And that was like 20 years ago.
Was that like MGM, or is that part of Universal? Because I don't remember.
it
I
used to
never
be
went- I never
MGM.
went to
It
Universal
used to be
either.
MGM.
Yes.
It used to be MGM. It used to be
MGM,
called
that's
MGM
right.
Studios.
Right.
And then they got away from it being a working studio.
And
Right.
that's what I loved.
And then it was the park about the movies.
Right.
Yes, I am, Jeff. And it was about how they made movies, but they weren't actually making movies there anymore.
Right.
They weren't actually, not even they did do some of the costuming and stuff like that.
Right.
They stopped doing that, and then they tore it all down, and it's just it's a shell of what it used to be and Star Wars Land. So.
Right. I feel like one of the things I probably do miss from there is the Osborne lights during Christmas.
Everyone mentions that. Everyone mentions that. It must have been amazing.
It was.
I've only seen it on video. I think Rob Fuzz has it on his channel. Definitely go check it out. But it looks so amazing. Everyone mentions that.
was
when I was working
amazing.
for
It was-
DVC, everyone would mention that. Like, when are they
It
bringing
was
it back?
amazing. We went 2015 was when we were living in Florida, and that's the last year they had them, and goosebumps.
Yeah.
You know, just hearing the music and looking at the lights and just being there, and everybody packed together because this was the last year they were going to have it. It was amazing. We loved it, and we were upset when we heard that they were going away.
I have a video because I went on 2015, went in 2015 too, and they had previews. We were there in November, and they had previews for AP holders. So I was able to go in when we were there, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to see it, because it normally wouldn't have opened until like the week after we left or whatever.
Yeah.
And I took video of it, and I treasure the video because I love those Osborne family lights so much, and they were so spectacular. I mean, it was amazing. All how many lights there were in that. So,
right. I always felt like they should set something up down at Disney Springs with it.
Yeah,
and
That's a
have where
great
you go-
Disney if you're listening.
I felt like, have it where you have those lights to go through, and then have the Christmas tree, trail right after it when you come out.
Yes.
That is a great idea. Disney,
that.
hire him. Hire him.
yeah. Well, I mean, I gotta say though, they gave them the kid, like what Paula said. They gave them to give kids the world. They gave all those lights to give kids the world. So I think that's a wonderful thing what they did. But yeah, if they could,
But I mean, they're Disney. They can buy some more lights.
They can buy more lights. They can buy just as many lights. They can buy more than they had before with lights, and they can put them up around that around those Christmas tree, the Christmas tree stroll, and they can have the whole thing be spectacular. I 100% agree. That would be amazing.
They also have so many videos that they could probably recreate everything that was there because they're Disney.
I'd send them a copy of my video so that they could, get an example of what it looked like.
Now,
was it actually affiliated with Ozzy?
No.
Osborne
It's like I never understood that.
No.
Yeah, no, it's a completely different family.
I think Osborne's even spelt different than Ozzy's too.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I'm sorry. That was a stupid question that I said out loud, but I've always thought that, like, why did they let Ozzy Osbourne be at Disney?
Well, you know what I gotta say though, Kelly, I actually, until, like Chris said, it's spelled different. Until I realized that it was spelled different, I thought it was too. I thought it was like, why is he donating? I don't know. But anyway, but like Chris said, I realized when I saw the sign, it was spelled different, and I'm like, okay, it's a different family. And then I heard the story about it was a family in Arkansas, Arkansas, right, Chris?
Yes.
Yeah, a family in Arkansas that the neighbors got mad.
Really?
Yeah,
the neighbors got mad.
That's a brilliant story. So they had all this light show, and they ended up giving it to Disney. What? That's amazing. Can you imagine?
Yep.
That is so cool. Wow.
And then Disney added to it. Disney actually bought
exponentially.
Wow.
But speaking about lights,
so cool.
Speaking about lights and shows they need back, Spectro Magic needs to come back.
Yes.
They need a nighttime parade.
Yes.
I'm not real picky about which one.
Yes.
There is something so magical about usually, to be honest, ain't nobody got time for a parade. I'm out riding rides and eating food and shopping. But a nighttime parade, there's just something so magical about the lights and the sounds. And I watched Spectral Magic with Chris on his channel and did a reaction video, which was really kind of a dream. But it really gorgeous. I mean, just so cool. Disney World, bring nighttime parades back.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously I love the electric light parade at Disneyland. But I usually don't sit and watch a whole parade, but a light parade I will.
I love parades. I will literally, in fact, I've done it twice. I have literally gone into.
Hey,
I have literally
fat
gone
girls
into
like to
Magic
eat.
Kingdom, and just for the parade, I'll go into Magic Kingdom, stand on Main Street, watch the parade go by, and then turn around and walk back out of Magic Kingdom. I've done it twice now. Oh, I just tried to send you the video of my
The Osborne Lights.
the Osborne Lights, but it's too long. It won't go through.
Oh my goodness.
So
BP,
yeah.
you know, I wasn't going to mention it, but I'm going to mention it now, where you just would not buy, stop to get a girl a drink. I was thirsty. It was very hot.
Well,
I
wait.
was telling him that when you leave Magic Kingdom, there's like a gas station right across from the parking lot on Disney property. It's so cool. And you go in there and you can get like a thirst buster for like 79 cents. I mean, it's like crazy. So, and it was hot, and we had been there and just hot. And we get in my van, and I'm like, there's a gas station over there that you can get these ginormous drinks ice cold for 79 cents. He goes, really? I was like, yeah, I'm so thirsty. I'm so hot right now. But they sell them right there. But I didn't actually ask him because I'm from the South, and you don't actually directly ever ask for anything. You just insinuate and hint. Am I right, Melissa?
Yes, but I like what your daughter said. Girl doesn't know how to talk to men. You have to be direct.
True.
See,
It's
that's it. Men are simple. Tell them what you want. We'll get you what you want.
I literally, okay, that is not true, VP, because I remember at one point, Coke Zero had been in my van. Now, this is Florida in the summer. That Coke had been there. It was hot. It was like boiling. It was hot. I was so thirsty. I was drinking it and saying, well, I guess this is the only thing I'm going to get to drink.
BP, this is like the third or fourth time I've heard this story, and it gets exaggerated about how hot it is.
Yeah, every single time I've heard the story, it's like 5 degrees hotter.
Yes, it's so hot, but I may have a flair for the dramatic, possibly.
Well, you are a redhead, sweetheart.
Yes. But no, I need to take Taylor's advice and be a little more direct because I don't know. I don't want to ask for it. But now, I need to learn to say, can we pull over to the gas station? I am thirsty.
Taylor said you're dramatic about everything.
Not me. I'm so easigoing and just kind of bland.
I'm glad you didn't have to pee.
Okay, no, bland. Did you just say you were bland?
A bland, just easygoing, just a wallflower, really, just non-dramatic.
Yeah.
Can we take a vote? Can we take a vote on that, please?
I'm not saying anything because I'm gonna be seeing her in person in a couple of weeks.
Yes,
and let's see how much trouble Kelly and I can get into.
Oh my goodness, all the trouble.
Kelly will never take it out on you, Melissa. She is a sweetheart. You can say whatever you want to about her. She won't take it out on you.
And Taylor wishes I was bland. She does not.
I'm bland. Trust me.
Yeah, I am too. I like to reflect other people's sunshine. That's what I do.
Me too.
Yeah.
Very calming. I don't know.
But yeah, you have to be direct. After almost 30 years of marriage, I was demure when we were dating and engaged, but I had to be direct by the 5th year of marriage. Kevin says, tell me what you want or you won't get it.
So that's why I never get what I want.
we've been married almost 36. It'll be 36 in May. All right. And yeah, I made the mistake of telling my husband what I wanted one time, and he's like, I wanted to surprise you. I was going to get that for you. I'm like,
my father's thing to my mom always wanted, like, furniture and stuff like that. So he would buy, instead of buying furniture, he would buy her magazine so she could look at the furniture.
oh, jeez.
but then when he got sick, and then like a month before he passed away, he bought her all the furniture that she wanted.
Oh my God.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that so much.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they were married. He passed away a month short of their 34th wedding anniversary.
Oh my
And
God.
that was in 1983.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
I'm so sorry. It's still, I don't think you're ever over it. I'm never. Can I just tell you a really kind of strange story about my parents, and then we'll end the stream. Okay, so my dad was like, I'm a lot like my dad, actually. He was the family photographer. So he had, he was always capturing the memories, and he was always talking about how important that was because, after, it's so important that you take everybody's picture and capture that memory. And because otherwise it just feels like a dream. But if you have that picture, you can, whatever. So he was always the picture taker. And he had kind of a big fancy camera for the time. My daddy passed away 21 years ago. And I'll never be the same. But so he had, I never really thought about his camera because I was taking care of my mom, who was having Alzheimer's and was she had polio, so she was paralyzed. And so my dad died, but I was taking care of mom. So my nephew Scott, my brother's oldest son, gave Matthew daddy's camera about a week ago, and he's going to be moving to Japan. And so he said, here's Papa's camera. And so he gave it to Matthew because Matthew's kind of a photographer. Matthew comes to me and says, there's film in here.
Wow.
And I was like, what? And so he goes, yeah, there's film in here. So we went to this very professional camera shop to have it developed. And hopes weren't really high. But but what if those last pictures that daddy took were in the whatever. So the pictures came out. I mean, not perfectly, but there were pictures in there. And so we just got the film back, and there's like baby Taylor and baby Kennedy. And my parents had actually, my dad died in March of 2002. In October of 2001, right after 9/11, they flew to Indiana, and my parents got married in the Catholic Church. They had been married in 1956, but they got married in the Catholic Church. It became very important to my dad. And so they did that, and they saw my cousins and everything. So there's pictures of my cousins and my Uncle Don and my Aunt Grace that are now all passed away. And anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you guys. I thought it was just like this magic little, for the film.
It was pure magic.
So
yeah, that's amazing.
Amazing. So
yeah, right, Jonathan, right? every time you turn around, somebody's cutting onions.
But I will tell you what it did to me, and I'm if there's a lesson to be learned here, take parents, friends, whatever, when you're in an event and you're the picture person, be in a couple of those pictures.
Yeah.
Make sure there's a couple with you in it. because there's so many events where my dad would take the pictures, but he's not in the pictures, you know? So it was at that point that I decided, no matter how I feel about myself, whether I'm chunky or having a bad hair day or whatever, when we go do something, I'm going to be in one of the pictures so my children know I was there. But
Unlike
no,
your first few YouTube videos,
well,
where
Taylor
Kelly wouldn't show up in the video.
said nobody's going to want to see that. Nobody's going to want to see that. But Taylor has been actually really, really fantastic, and I love Taylor. She's always great. But this year, one of my New Year's resolutions was whenever, to intent on purpose, spend time with each of my kids individually and take a picture. Every time we see each other, take a picture. So Taylor's actually the best about saying, hey, we didn't take our selfie yet. So I've missed a couple events. But anyway, that was a big story. But I was thinking I'm going to make a little video about the film, and I'm kind of doctoring the pictures up so they come out a little better. But anyway, so thank you so much for blessing me, everyone, with coming on. And
Thank you.
Thank
you
you.
all make my heart so happy, and all of you in chat. So Chris, what you got coming up on your channel this week?
Oh, wow. Well, we've got our live streams. We do Mondays and Tuesday or Thursdays. We do Disney updates at 6:30. We have our trivia on Tuesday nights at 9 now. Is it 9 or 9:30? It's 9:30. All right. And what's funny is what's coming up is going to be a different trivia that I've ever done. The entire trivia is going to be on my wife, Margie. Her birthday is next week.
Oh my goodness, I love this so much. If I can get off early, I will be joining.
So I'm expecting people not to know very many questions.
Margie on screen seems so demure. She makes the faces, but she's very quiet. In person, she is the best, most hilarious, awesome person ever.
So you're talking like that, but we got this adventure video coming out next week on Wednesday, where we went to the Uranus Fudge Factory, and we got to explore Uranus, and they said the best fudge.
This sounds like a fifth grade joke.
Does not work for me,
Uranus
Chris.
Fudge Factory.
I guess the first one's actually in St. Louis, but they decided to put one in Anderson, Indiana. And they had the ice cream, Uranus ice cream, and it said one lick of Uranus and you'll go nuts. They have t-shirts.
Well, I guess you might as well.
I'm going to give away something that happens in the video. We're recording because it's just like going to the confectionery. They got everything behind glass, and they've got their fudge up there, and the girls are in the back. And I walk up to record the fudge, and Margie's standing there, and the girl walks up and says, "Can I pack your fudge?" And I said, "Maybe later." She goes, "I'll be gentle."
You're like, usually there's a Twitter and movie involved before we talk about this.
It was a really neat place to go to, and that video comes out Wednesday at 11 o'clock in the morning. So.
Oh my goodness! That's tomorrow.
No, it'll be Wednesday next week.
Wednesday next week.
Now,
Sorry,
I did put a short out of it with the signs that are out front. So.
Oh my gosh! Okay, I'm hunting these down. Uranus Fudge Packing.
Fudge Factory. Fudge Factory.
Fudge Factory. Where they pack your fudge gently.
Where is Dad Builds? Hopefully he missed this one. Melissa, I don't know how you're going to follow this.
Yeah. This adventure was actually Margie's idea. She wanted to go to this and could not wait. So
how was the fudge? I feel like I couldn't get that visual out of my mind.
$9 for a half pound, and each piece that you got was how do I want to say it? Margie explained it earlier, and I can't remember how. I think it's a quarter pound, and I got peanut butter. Margie got, I think it was maple, is what she got. And
I love maple fudge.
so I got the peanut butter because Margie makes really good peanut butter fudge. So I always see if there's somebody better, and they're not. So, but yeah, but I meant that they had so much other stuff there other than fudge as well. I got a, while I was there, I got a shot glass that says Uranus Fudge Factory, and I get a shot glass almost everywhere I go. So, but
I love that.
You mean toothpick holder, right, Chris?
toothpick holder, yes.
Toothpick holder, yes.
I genuinely use those in like my bathroom to hold like floss picks and Q-tips because it's a nice little souvenir and
right.
make it
Yeah,
useful.
I also use them for shot glasses.
Yes. Oh, I love that. Okay, so Melissa, try and follow that.
Yeah, how am I going to follow the Uranus Fudge Factory? That's going to be hard to follow.
Oh, yay, Paula. She just needed a nap.
That's it. Last night we did a live stream because we're planning our trip to Disneyland, and we said, I see a lot of different things, packing tips and stuff like that. So last night, Em and I did a live stream about the things we pack when you have someone who's differently abled.
Oh,
That's
great.
With Emma, it wasn't so much physical; it was more medical. It wasn't physical; it was medical. And then the things that we had to take care of. And then for Kevin, it was you getting an ECV because he can't do a lot of walking. He gets blisters on his feet. And with Emma using the DAS. So we did that last night. This Saturday night, I want to say, concludes our decade of, we're calling it expert level Disney trivia. And we're talking about movies that were released in the 2020s so far. So when we did the 2000s, we had 45 questions and we wore some of our viewers out. So I cut it back to, because there were just so many that came out in the 2000, 2000.
Yeah, true.
To 2010, to 2009.
I hope High School Musical's on there.
Yeah, we did.
And Pirates. I mean, come on. So many good movies.
I had to do one question about, and not all the movies, because there were like 80 something movies released in the 2000s that Disney released. So breaking them down. So this Saturday will conclude the 2020s. Yeah. I don't think we have a show scheduled for Wednesday night. The 1st, I forget what we're doing. The 5th, we're going to be doing a live stream of what we're packing to take to Disneyland on our trip. So that's what's coming up. And then we're going to be live from the Disneyland Hotel when we arrive that Saturday night on the 8th.
You're staying at the Disneyland Hotel?
Oh, yeah. We decided we were going to go all out for her 25th birthday. So we're staying at the Disneyland Hotel.
Do you know what tower you're in yet? Or did you request a tower?
Fantasyland. The one with the lobby.
Yeah.
And then what else? Starting on that night, we will have an official sponsor, and it's going to be called Storybook Trips Treasure Chest. So we do have a travel company that's going to partner with us, and we'll do the StreamYard spin the wheel, and they'll provide a prize for whoever wins. And that's going to be every Saturday night starting on April the 8th.
Nice.
So that's what's going on with us. The Talking Mickey Project.
I love it. Go check out our good friends, Talking Mickey Project. Disneyland trip coming up. Always good live streams, even from home. Always just a great family, and Emma's amazing.
She is
amazing. So definitely check them out. I'm so excited. They have a Disneyland Hotel. Oh, the monorail slide. Are you kidding me?
Well, that's why Easter Sunday we were doing brunch at the Storytellers Cafe at the Grand Californian. Couldn't get breakfast. It was booked. But we're going to just take that day just to chill.
Nice.
I'm bringing our swimsuits if we can.
You can go to
swim.
Trader Sam's.
Yes, that's the other thing. Trader Sam's. Wait in line
Love
at
it.
Trader Sam's.
So excited for you. So excited. Tina, I know you're going to be watching 87 channels at once.
At least 11.
Thank you so much, girlfriend. It really means a lot to me, and I
Yeah,
know
I watch.
all
I
the
watch. I just don't necessarily comment, or because if I'm going between, I can't comment if I'm watching 3 or 4 streams at a time, because then I end up commenting the wrong thing.
I have done that
I stopped doing that.
like on Saturdays when everybody's live streaming, I just quit commenting, because I would be commenting something about somebody else's stream on somebody else's stream, and people think I'm wacky-do even more than
That's
normal.
what I did, and understand I'm a moderator on a lot of those, and that gets really dangerous.
Kicking somebody out, it's just crazy.
Yeah,
sharing somebody else's channel that's actually on another line.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you talking about?
I just watch. I don't talk.
I love it. Well, thank you so much, and thank you to so many of the ninja watchers out there that do team replay and help us creators keep our hours up and everything. So thank you. And if you love a channel, play their playlist while you're sleeping at night. We appreciate you. And Debbie may be starting a channel, so super excited about that.
I'm hoping. I am going to Wisconsin in April.
Oh wow!
Oh, what are you going to do?
Go see my brother, my oldest brother.
How nice! How
Yeah.
nice! I love that.
April is a nice time for Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's
March.
I usually go
February,
like deep in the winter. I usually go deep in the winter, but I'm going in April this year, so
that'll be so.
I'm trying to figure out what I need to pack, though. I'm trying to pack. Do I pack spring, winter? What do I?
Layers, girlfriend.
Layers.
Layers.
Yeah,
layers.
Because it'll be nice during the day, but it'll be cold
I'm so glad,
at night.
April.
Yeah. I don't want to pack too heavily, because I want to pack just like a smaller suitcase, and just try to pack leggings, but like heavier sweaters, and just like one jacket, so I don't have to carry so much.
Yeah,
right.
I got you.
T-shirts, like short sleeve T-shirts or long sleeve T-shirts, and then sweatshirts. 2 or 3 sweatshirts that you can interchange with your leggings and socks.
Yeah.
Okay, Tina, you sound like a pro, so send us all a list for our packing.
Well, it's called winter. Wisconsin or New York, it's winter.
Exactly.
I've been in North Dakota in April. If Wisconsin's anything like that, it's going to be cold.
It's going to be cold. especially in the evening after the sun goes down. Even if it's reasonably warm, what I mean by reasonably warm, I'm talking mid-50s.
Right. Exactly.
Low to mid-50s.
I could deal with
talking UGG weather and an Eskimo jacket.
I could deal with that. I've been there in November, and I've been there in January.
T-shirts and leggings.
For us southern gals, that's pretty cold. I'm actually going to live in Indiana, Disneyland 2 times in April. Taylor and I are doing this crazy thing where we're flying. We're doing like a 36-hour trip. So we're flying. We're going to be going to an event at Disneyland, and then we're like crazy. We're going to stay at the Candy Cane for just a few hours, hit brunch at the Grand California, and then get back on a plane and fly back. I'm so excited. I'm knocking my ears off. So pray for me, because I forget I'm old.
I hope you took the next day off so you can sleep.
It's going to be crazy. And Kennedy and I are going to Knott's Berry Farm. We're going to do a surprise trip to Disneyland to meet some fantastic friends. And so I've got 2 of those. So I'm super excited.
Good. That's very good.
So I'll film a lot, and it'll take me a year to post it. But anyway, thank you so much, my friends. Chat, you've been amazing. These people on screen here, amazing. Have a blessed and magical week. I can't wait to see you all again soon.